7 different riders, strangers to each other, from 3 separate decades, all described the same figure at the same sharp left turn. And not one of them knew the name of the boy who died building this place. Let me take you somewhere most travel guides will never mention. Tucked inside a weathered amusement park, operating for decades longer than anyone expected, sits a ghost train ride with a reputation that goes far beyond cheap plastic skeletons and flickering lights. Workers refuse to enter alone after closing time. Riders have reported a presence that no fog machine or strobe light could create. And 3 separate maintenance crews have quit without explanation. So what is actually happening inside that tunnel? The ghost train opened in the mid-20th century during a boom in carnival entertainment. It was designed to thrill, to startle, and to send families home laughing about how scared they got. For years, that is exactly what happened. But somewhere along the way, the laughter started getting complicated. Longtime staff describe a specific section of the track, a sharp left turn about 2/3 of the way through the ride, where temperatures noticeably drop. Not slightly. Dramatically. Riders have stepped off the attraction shaking, not from the manufactured scares, but from something they struggle to put into words. A feeling of being watched, a pressure behind the eyes, an overwhelming sense that whatever was in that tunnel did not belong to the entertainment industry. Here is where things get genuinely unsettling. Historical records connected to the land reveal a tragedy that predates the amusement park entirely. A young worker involved in early construction of the site died under circumstances that were never fully investigated. The details were buried, the records were incomplete, and the family received no proper closure. Some researchers who have studied the location believe the emotional residue of that unresolved event created exactly the kind of conditions that paranormal investigators associate with a haunting. Now here is the psychological layer most people miss. When you enter a dark enclosed space, your brain immediately heightens sensory awareness. Every sound becomes significant. Every temperature shift becomes threatening. This is standard neuroscience. But researchers studying this specific location have found something that does not fit neatly into that explanation. Multiple visitors with no prior knowledge of the history have described the same figure, same location, same sensation, same description. The statistical probability of that happening through imagination alone is remarkably low. Paranormal investigators who spent 3 nights inside the attraction captured audio anomalies they could not source to any mechanical origin. One recording contained what sounds unmistakably like a voice responding directly to a question that was asked. The park has never officially acknowledged any of this. Management describes it as great marketing. Former employees describe it as a decision made out of fear. What makes this story genuinely haunting is not the darkness inside that tunnel. It is the human story underneath it all. Someone was forgotten. Someone was left without justice. And if there is any truth to what witnesses, investigators, and staff have experienced for decades, perhaps that someone is still waiting to be acknowledged. The ghost train keeps running. The passengers keep screaming. And somewhere in that sharp left turn, something ancient refuses to leave. Some doors, it turns out, were never meant to be attractions.